Sleep.
Sleep.
Sleep. Sleep is for the weak.
Exactly. Yeah. Just live off 4 hours and caffeine, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Push through.
Push through. Stop being a baby.
Exactly.
Keep going. Another book that I'd say is like a perspective shifter, which we both read, is Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. Kind of just, it's one of those that in the modern world, it's kind of live to work really hard. You can sleep when you're dead, sort of thing. Like people use, like you were sleeping when you could have been doing this. But I think people need to remember that sleep is the time for your body to recover physically and emotionally. And there's now evidence that having reduced sleep for a long period of time could be linked to so many different diseases that kind of afflict people in modern life. So yeah, one of the things that's incredibly important but quite difficult to get right. So you think of things like sleep hygiene. So how do you approach going to sleep to actually kind of improve the quality of your sleep? Something I definitely struggle with, and everyone can always get better. But yeah, sleep's one of the true superpowers we have, and the thing is we all have to do it. There's no animal on the planet that lives longer than 24 hours that doesn't have some sort of circadian rhythm. So yeah, very, very important, and I think getting growing attention now, both in like the popular science space and in the kind of the research and health space.
Mm-hmm. And so what you said, that little phrase, sleep hygiene, which I really like. What does that mean?
So I think it's like the if you think of like your general hygiene, okay, what do you do to kind of keep yourself clean, that sort of thing. It's kind of what do you do to set yourself up for good sleep. That could be simple things like the temperature of your room. So in order to fall asleep, you have to drop your core body temperature like about a half a degree to a degree. So throughout the day, your body's kind of under the governor of this circadian rhythm, so everything kind of moves up and down and flows throughout the day. So temperature could be one of them. Like, is your room too warm? Like, have you ever tried sleeping in a room that's incredibly hot? It's very, very difficult. It usually takes quite a long time for you to fall asleep. So it's basically sleep hygiene is the behaviors that your behaviors basically around sleep to try and give yourself the best sleep possible.
And what behaviors do you think we can adopt to get to sleep better?
Yeah, so I think it's like it's one of those that you do really have to just try and change slowly over time. Some people can just kind of do a bit of a cold turkey and just go straight into they do absolutely everything perfectly. I personally can't, and I've not done that, but it's things like screen time before bed. I think less so on the... It used to be thought that, if you looked at the blue light, that was like the classic thing, was like you looked at the blue light and it keeps you awake. But my understanding is that it's actually more to do with the stimulation from what you're looking at on the screen is what keeps you awake.
Like phone use before falling asleep, staring
at
or
like phones in the bedroom sort of thing. And I'd say the biggest one is trying to just get up and go to sleep at the same time every day. Now I'm far from perfect at doing that, but I like try and do that, and I'd say most of the time I'm getting pretty close to doing that, but then there's times where you don't. But that's probably the best one to try and aim for.
What time do you go to bed and what time do you get up?
So it depends, like if it's a work day or if I'm planning on training in the morning. But in an ideal world, I'd like to be kind of getting into bed at around about 10 o'clock and then have half an hour to fall asleep from like reading a book or winding down. Ideally be asleep by like 10:30 and maybe up like 6:30 sort of thing. That would be ideal, but a lot of the time that doesn't happen. And also as well, like don't beat yourself up if you have like a poor night's sleep. And don't beat yourself up if you have a day where you kind of do just have to function on like 4 or 5 hours sleep, because you can just get through it. You can just get through the day on like limited sleep, and then just try and do it better the next time. Because a lot of people can get quite stressed out, especially with all the kind of smart watches people wear. It just shows you, my sleep score was terrible last night, and Then they'll go through the day feeling probably more tired than they actually are, just because the watch has given them this metric. So, yeah.
I had a whoop strap for a bit, and it really would dictate how I felt. Like I was looking at it, it would be like 20%. It would be in the red.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god, I can't do anything. I can't.
3 cafeterias today. God.
Taking the day off work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that is because you can. It's remarkable on how little sleep you can function on as well.
Yeah.
That is. Your body can really push through a lot, but
absolutely
most times you would be aiming for kind of like 10, half 10, and then up at
7
6:30.
to 8 hours. Yeah, try and get 7 to 8 hours
As a general heuristic.
Yeah.
Principle. Yeah. No phones in the bedroom. That's been a big one for me.
That's a good rule. Yeah.
I do use it as an alarm, but I don't keep it next to my bed, so I don't have it on charge like on my bedside table. I keep it over in the other corner of my room, which means when my alarm goes off, I have to get out of bed to switch off as well.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm a snoozer.
Yeah.
I snooze so hard, and I need a lot of sleep as well. Like I can sometimes. I mean, I can sleep for like 10 plus hours sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if I need that much sleep, but I can sleep.
You can.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's another important thing, is the individual differences between people. Some people genuinely do need a little bit more than others. Don't buy into it when it goes kind of the other way. Like, don't buy into I only need 5 hours, because that's when you're cutting it too short. But yeah, some people can be perfectly fine on 7. Some people might need 9 or 10, and that's okay.